That's going to be Kevin. I met my wife back in 1956. We were in the 4th grade together in Fort Lauderdale. We didn't start dating until we were in college. Once we started dating, was about to get drafted into the military, and I decided to enlist. We got married. I spent a year in Vietnam. When I was discharged, I went back to college. I did not have a job at the time.
So we moved up here to Plant City and bought 2.5 acres. And we started having horses and cows and chickens, and we've enjoyed it here.
My oldest brother was having problems breathing, and doctor diagnosed him with alpha-1 antitrypsin. The doctor had recommended that he call his siblings and have them tested. I had never heard of it. I'm Michael. I have alpha-1 antitrypsin associated with liver disease. I contacted my younger brother, and he had been tested. He also tested positive for the alpha-1. I was tested and found that I did have the alpha-1 antitrypsin. I was not showing any symptoms at the time.
So alpha-1 antitrypsin, number one, is a molecule that's made in a number of different tissues, including specifically the liver. It is a bean-shaped molecule that's critical to regulating inflammation and protecting our lungs and the rest of our body from damage.
But she sent me to a pulmonary doctor to evaluate my breathing capacity. They were well impressed with my lung capacity and the volume that I could push. Just over the years of free diving for a long time, enabled my lung capacity to be much better than probably the average person.
For a rare disease, it's actually very easy to diagnose. A simple blood test can make the diagnosis.
My older brother, within 3 years of his diagnosis, passed away. He also developed cancer, which is one of the side effects of alpha-1. My next older brother, he was also tested, found that he was a carrier of alpha-1 or had alpha-1, and that he was being treated for diabetes and also COPD. I lost my 2 sisters to cancer. We don't know if they were alpha-1. I lost my 3rd brother. He was able to get a liver transplant at Vanderbilt in Tennessee. He developed COVID while he was in the hospital and got a sepsis infection and passed away.
Alpha-1 is most vigorously expressed in the liver. the accumulation of the alpha-1 antitrypsin in the liver itself can also cause damage, which we call a toxic gain of function.
I met with Dr. Clark and Dr. Brantley at the University of Florida, Shands. Very good. Thank you.
When he found out he had it, I think the way he handled it, I think made us all handle it well.
I went to the doctor and she recommended that I go get a paracentesis. It's where they stab you in the stomach with a needle and they draw off this excess fluid that has built up in your abdomen. After they drained off the fluid, I felt much better. 4 months go by. I'm starting to swell up again. I go to the doctor. She says, yes, you need another paracentesis. Had no doubt that I was following the same progression as my other two brothers.
It was hard because he was the last of the siblings that had the disease. And we didn't know how it was going to turn out. I came back negative for having alpha-1, so I was very relieved that I didn't have to worry about that.
The other thing that I know that people struggle with is the idea that they could pass something on to their family that could make them sick in the future.
Our son, since there's nothing you can do to prevent it, he decided he didn't want to be tested. He didn't want to know.
That's very common, that people react variably to wanting to know or not wanting to know.
They did a blood test, which they normally do before they do a paracentesis. And they said, you're going to be checking into this hospital. I was on dialysis 24/7 because my kidneys were failing. My liver was failing. I was waiting to get put on the recipient list. Finally got on the recipient list. I was then told, you're up for a liver transplant tonight. That was on December 19th.
That was a great Christmas present. Right before Christmas, he found out they were coming with a liver and a kidney transplant. And we were all ecstatic.
I'm so hopeful about the future because things are coming together for the science is caught up with this population in this rare disease space, and we have a patient population that is very interested in research and participating. So that's how we find the cure.
At the present time, there are more than 20 therapies in experimental systems right now. And my hope is in the next 5 to 10 years, maybe we will have that magic cure that we've all been hoping for a long time.
Now Mike is back to normal. I don't see any change. He's out there working and doing everything he wants to do around our 2.5 acres here.
Yeah, my dad's health today, he's very active. He just got finished building a pole barn. He's mowing the grass. He's outside constantly working and doing all sorts of things.
And then, getting a new liver and a new kidney was a new lease on life. I enjoy life every day.